In this video, we will show you how to replace your inside door handle on this Nissan Maxima. This will be located on the inside of your front door. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Along where the grab handle is, you're going to find that you have a plastic trim panel that we're going to remove. For this, it's easiest if you use a small pocket screwdriver to break it free. We'll just make our way right down in this area, gently pry it away. Just a quick inspection of that, you can see several locking tabs making their way all the way up and across. This looks like it's still reusable. We'll set it aside. Behind where that trim panel was, you're going to find a small push clip. To remove the push clip, carefully start dislodging the center to unlock it, and you can remove the outer portion. I'm just continuing on with my small pocket screwdriver. You can also use a small trim tool if necessary. Just pull that right out of place. That's what it looks like in the unlocked position. Now we'll start removing our window switch panel. For this, I'm going to start gently prying along the forward area here. We're continuing with our small pocket screwdriver. You can also use a trim tool. Just go ahead and start separating that. It should roll up and out of place. Keep in mind there are two wiring harnesses attached to the bottom of this that we will have to dislodge. Now looking at these electrical connectors, you should find that you have a small locking tab that you're going to need to depress, and then you should be able to pull this out of place. The larger ones right here, just press that in. Every time you disconnect an electrical connector, a quick inspection for corrosion. This looks fine. Let's continue on. This one has a push tab as well. Just want to go ahead and press that in. Pull that off. Quick inspection. Now with that window switch panel out of the way, let's have a look deep inside this area. You can see a 10mm headed mounting bolt. You could also use a Phillips head screwdriver for this if necessary. I just use a 10mm. Now we're focusing back near that grab handle. If you were looking deep up into this area here, you're going to find another 10mm headed mounting bolt. Let's start removing that. Now moving from that grab handle, we're moving to the inside door handle. If you were looking just behind the handle itself, you're going to find a small plastic trap door. For this, I'm continuing with my pocket screwdriver, and we're going to pry out close to where the door lock knob is. Now for this, you do have to roll it out and away. On the outboard side, it has this small hooked area that will slide into the panel first during the installation. So we're going to come in at an angle and then lock it in here. For the removal, we pull it out here and pull it out. In and behind that area, you have a 10mm headed mounting bolt. We can remove that. This one's considerably smaller than the other two. Now let's move to the bottom of the door panel. Down along the bottom of the door panel is where you're going to find your courtesy lamp. We're going to dislodge that using our small pocket screwdriver. Up along the top area here, typically you can make your way in between the door panel and the courtesy light and gently start separating it. We're going to roll it away. It has two locking tabs up along the top here. On the bottom is where there's two small ears that will curve in and into that door panel first. During the installation process, we'll be starting at the bottom and rolling it along the top. Now to disconnect this, right along the top area here, we have our small locking tab. Go ahead and pry that out of place. You know what to do. Just a quick inspection of this as well, and we'll set that aside. Now we're switching to using a plastic trim tool. We're going to start separating the door panel from the door. But you have to keep in mind there's a couple things that we'll want to pay attention to once we do start separating this. Up where the inside door handle is, you're going to have two cables leading to the back side of that. And at the top of this door panel, it has a small hooked area making its way all the way across. We will have to lift up on the door panel to pull it out and away. Now with that said, we're using our plastic trim tool. Let's find an area that we can slide this in between the door and the door panel. Right down along the bottom works easiest for me. Let's go ahead and start separating this now. Now we'll start lifting it up and we'll have a look along the back side. With that door panel pulled away, we have our two cables. Let's start dislodging them. You're going to find that the outer sheathing of each one of the cables is pressed into the inside door handles, so we're going to have to separate that first. This is fairly simple. Just go ahead and take hold of it and slide it out of place. A quick inspection of the cable as we continue on, sliding it out. At the very tip of the upper one, you can see that we have this angled tip here. This looks like it's still in good condition. It's not damaged or broken in any way. Let's continue on to the next one. This one, same process. Just go ahead and pry it up and out of place. As we pull this one away, you can see a small ball at the very end. Quick inspection. We can remove the door panel. Along the back side of the door panel is where we can start dislodging our inside door handle. You're going to find that you have 3 Phillips head mounting screws holding this in place. Let's remove all 3 of these and we can remove that door handle. Now we can take hold of that door handle and remove it from the panel. There it is, friend. Okay, let's prepare to install our brand new inside door handle. We're going to take this and get it in position. When installing this, we're coming from the back side or the inboard side of that front door panel. We can get this in position here. Line up each of your mounting bolt ports. After aligning that, start in each one of your 3 mounting screws. With each of those started in, we'll snug them up. Double check, make sure that's properly secured. Now it's time to install our door panel. We'll start with the 2 cables along the back side where the inside door handle is. The lower cable is the one that has the circular tab at the end. We'll go ahead and bring that into position. Now we're going to swing it in along this area to lock in the base of the cable. Just go ahead and press that in, listen for a click. A light tug. Continue on to the next one. This one has a hooked end. That's going to slide directly into its corresponding port right in here. This is for the door lock. There it is. Now we'll latch this in as well. Line it up, press it in, listen for a click. Double check, make sure they're both secured. There's several other things that we'll pay attention to as far as bringing in the door panel. Down along the bottom, we have a wiring harness that's for that courtesy light. That's just going to go through that lower port. Slide it right on through. Now that we have that slid through the lower port on that door panel, the next thing we want to pay attention to is the 2 wiring harnesses for our window switch. Make sure you have those aligned in an area that you can gain access to them. Continuing on, we're going to have to get the door panel up into place. A couple things to pay attention to is for that would be up along the very top of it, we have a hooked area that will go up along next to the window. Other than that, along the sides of this, you're going to find that you have several push tabs that need to fit into their corresponding ports on the door itself. Let's start getting this in position. We'll come in at an angle with the top first. Once it's aligned, go ahead and press it in. Couple light taps. Let's make sure this is properly aligned and we can gain access to each one of our wiring harnesses as necessary. Once it is aligned, just go ahead and tap it into position. Double check all the way around, confirming it's properly secured. Along the bottom, we're going to start reinstalling our courtesy lamp, plug it in. Now we're going to roll this in position, starting with the bottom, lock it in with the top. Now let's get this in here. bottom it out, make sure it's nice and tight. We're going to continue on with that plastic trap door. As I mentioned during the removal process, it has this small hooked area that will slide into here. So we're going to start there and then we'll roll it into position, locking it in close to where the door lock is. Let's get the screw in here as well. Now we're going to make our way deep inside this area. We have our next long bolt. Let's get our window switch panel back in place. We're going to start with the electrical connectors. For these, just go ahead and line them up, press them in, listen for a click. A light tug. Now we'll start getting this into position. We're going to roll it into position, starting with the area closest to the armrest. We want to bring that in first. Now I'm going to press down on the forward end here. You should hear an audible click locking it down. Inside of this area, we have the area for our push pin. You want to make sure you have it in the unlocked position. Once you slide in the outer portion, lock it in by pressing in on the center. Let's get this protective panel in place. Just go ahead and line it up, press it in, listen for a click all the way around. Okay, friend, we finished our installation of our inside door handle. The next thing you need to do is test the functionality. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.